What makes a perfect movie? A good plot, great cast, persuasive decorations, just to mention a few.
You want something, go get it. Period.
There are over 20 Oscar categories distinguished to celebrate professionalism and creativity in the world of cinema. However, there is also a bunch of tiny details that contribute to the film's success. Still, many of them are often overlooked or not appreciated enough. Today, we are here to pay tribute to very peculiar details from your favorite movies that you will totally appreciate after knowing the effort put into them.
It's party time!
Number 5. Rooney Mara's piercing for the girl with the dragon tattoo. She could have easily gotten piercings and tattoos made by makeup and costume departments. Still, the actress decided to get into her character not only emotionally, but also, so to say, physically. Rooney Mara pierced her body in the same way the character had them. 12 piercings in her face and nipples. She also bleached her eyebrows, cut off most of her hair, and lost weight to play Lisbeth Salander. This kind of dedication to the role can and must be applauded.
I was freaked out seeing myself with eyebrows, because this is sort of how I see myself now.
Number 4. A lot of handwriting in The Shining. Everybody knows that genius director Stanley Kubrick is extremely attentive to each and every detail, even if it requires months of work. This kind of obsessive attention carried on into one of his most famous movies, The Shining. In one of the defining scenes, Kubrick shows how the character of Jack Nicholson has gone insane by writing one and the same phrase over and over again. What was supposed to be a novel turned out to be a stack of pages filled with the quote, "All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy." Now, what is the easiest way to create a bunch of pages? Right, to print them off. But Kubrick picked another approach. He had his secretary type out those words on thousands of pages over the course of several months. Could we tell the difference if those pages had been printed off or copied? Probably no.
You can't handle the truth!
Would this story become legendary without Kubrick's attention to the tiniest details? We can allege the answer is also no. Number 3. Blinded for Ray. To fully commit to his role of brilliant blind musician Ray Charles, actor Jamie Foxx had prosthetic eyelids glued over his own eyes, and he literally couldn't see a thing through them.
This is what I do, man.
As a result, he had panic attacks during the early weeks of filming. Sometimes, crew members left Fox on the set because they forgot that he couldn't see. Imagine having your eyes glued shut for 14 hours a day. That's your jail sentence, Fox told the New York Times. The eyelids weren't visible, especially behind the sunglasses, so they were mainly in place to help Fox perfect his performance, and it's hard to say it didn't work.
You just gotta take the time to play the right notes, baby.
Number 2. Becoming left-handed for Chaplin. No one will argue that Robert Downey Jr. is one of the greatest actors of our times, the kind of person who puts his everything into a role. It has always been like that for the Hollywood star. He was chosen over 30 actors vying for the part of Charlie Chaplin and demonstrated the unforgettable performance in it. While preparing for the role, Robert noticed that Chaplin played tennis holding the racket with his left hand. For his portrayal to be as realistic as possible, the actor spent months learning to play tennis with his left hand. Tennis and violin. Now when you know this, we bet you will appreciate the Marvel star even more. Number 1. Identical twins in The Matrix. Do you remember Neo training in a computer simulation when he eventually gets distracted by a woman in a red dress? Neo and all of us didn't notice the fact that every single person shown in the scene has an identical twin who is also present. This was made to create the illusion of a repeating program, or, in other words, the feeling of a copy-paste world. The man wearing sunglasses is seen moments later as a police officer writing a parking ticket. That's all for today. If you want to hear more about unusual details from the world's iconic films, let us know. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.